Hello Taurus and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for May the 1st through to the 15th. So we are in Taurus season. So happy birthday to all you beautiful Taurians that are celebrating at this time. And there's something very special happening at this time because we have the new moon in Taurus, which is occurring on the 30th of April or the 1st, depending on where you are in the world. And this is a very, very special new moon where there's it's an eclipse energy, so there's a partial solar eclipse, but there's also just magical things, magical new energies coming in. So as a card of empowerment to start the reading, I've got the Queen of Feathers, Perception and Truth. Fascinating. There's a little bat there, which is actually, really, really fascinating energy because I feel like what's happening here is that you're gaining a bigger perspective on something. You're seeing something clearly now, and it's an ability of kind of understanding the last 2 years is what I'm getting here. Understanding what happened, what the hell happened in the last 2 years for both you personally and the world, and where you find yourself now. And it feels like there's a gateway opening up here where with this truth and to be able to see a vision clearly, you're able to step through that, which is really beautiful. I feel like it's there's this uplifting energy of a higher perspective, which is really, really lovely. And it's been able to let go of some fear that's been around the world or just the general direction that you might have been heading in as well, which is really nice. So Taurus, I just want to let you know that this reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you kind of the more holistic view of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Taurus. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading and the link for that will be in the description box below. Okay, I am loving this Queen of Feathers energy as well because it feels like it's also bringing to light some energies that have been in the darkness and been able to see something so clearly. It's got very much a beautiful lunar intuitive energy to it as well, which is really, really nice. That's coming in. There's a softness, like a soft divine feminine that's coming through, which is really lovely. Okay, we've got Cup King, Scorpio, Crown. So the other thing to remember is that there is actually going to be a full moon in your opposite sign, Scorpio, that's happening in the middle of May, like May 15th or 16th. This is going to be a full lunar eclipse, and it's a big one as well because this is the Wesak moon, full moon, which is Buddha's birthday or the day that Buddha attained enlightenment. So it has the opportunity for, I'm talking about it because of the Cup King Scorpio energy that's come out. It has the ability to open your doors to perception that you can, that the veils between the worlds are thinner. So you can see things, you can have access. You might actually be having some very amazing psychic or visions, or that you're just seeing things that you don't know, or tapping into energies that you don't normally tap into. So I feel like that, and sometimes with this energy, it could be that you are perceiving some fear as well. Some fears could come up around that. But this is an energy where you're kind of absorbing a lot from your atmosphere as well. You kind of, so to be careful that you're being a bit of a sponge, like an emotional, energetic and psychic sponge. So just be careful. This is good because you're receiving a lot of information. It's like you're wide open. But also just to make sure you don't want to take on anything that is, that if you need to kind of release something that's not yours, just to be aware of that sometimes. But I'm not kind of getting that you need protection, just to be aware that if it wants you to be open, like it does want you to be open to this energy. But if you feel like there's something that's within your energetic system, that's something negative that's not yours, then it's just a matter of kind of doing a bit of an energy detox. We've got Chariot, Moon, Cancer, Jupiter. So this is very much, we're talking about that Scorpio moon that's coming in and some of the challenges that could be within that, and also some of the challenges that can be overcome. And we've got 1/6 Jupiter Leo, which is around success. So in general, like you're actually getting a lot of interesting higher intuitive knowledge, but also it's got it's got some groundings in the direction in which you find yourself wanting to head in terms of where you're at in life, in terms of your money, your career, and your success. So it's kind of it's something that you can bring back down and utilize that information to bring some more success into your life. And when I say success, it doesn't have to necessarily be work success, like getting more money or getting a promotion or getting some kind of recognition or just feeling fulfilled. It can be success at all sorts of things. You can have little successes in life, or feeling successful at just life in general. Successful in being an adult. Adulting can sometimes be hard. It can be successfully, I did a creative project. It's just this feeling that's coming through. Six of Pentacles, there's a little bit, I feel like there's more money coming potentially with the Six of Pentacles, can represent gifts of money, but it feels like you're wanting to invest more into something. The Ten of Wands, there still is this kind of fatigue around. Pluto is going into retrograde, which can bring a little bit of soul fatigue in your conscious mind, the Three of Swords. So it's kind of like you're very clearly aware of what sort of things are wounding you or have wounded you, the Judgment energy, but you're still being called into it nonetheless. The Five of Pentacles, you're letting go of things that are no longer resonating. There's this big process of elimination that Pluto is bringing you in. But look at this, the Star with the Wand 6 in the near future. Absolutely beautiful. You're presenting as the devil. You're potentially getting quite ambitious. The Four of Swords, or feeling stuck, one or the other. The Four of Swords, you might need a rest, because I feel like there's a lot of sense of feeling quite tired. Like this is intense energy. You're taking a lot in. But at the same time, you're working out what it is that you want. And we have the Five of Wands. So this, again, there's this sense of getting a little bit ambitious and competitive, which is kind of interesting. And the Empress, oh, I love it. In comes your ruler, the Empress with Venus. Absolutely lovely, beautiful energy. And the Ace of Wands, really, this is potentially setting a new goal, or just working out what it is you want, initiating something new that is exciting and igniting your passion. So there's a little bit of conflict around this. It's complicated energies. You are seeing things very clearly, but you're also seeing all the roadblocks as well. And you're also seeing, so you also kind of feel like you can see it all. It's like if the universe just took the veil off and showed you everything. It's hard to sometimes step into something because you're like, oh, well, I also know that that's going to happen, and that might not make me feel so good, but then overall it's good. And so this is where there might be some fears and doubts that come in, but overall it's an energy of the universe wanting to move forward into something that is bringing abundance with the Empress. So we've got the Six of Pentacles crossed by the Ten of Wands. This is the Six of Pentacles brings balance. Balance is coming in. So this is where there's balance within a relationship that's coming in, or there's balance within a little bit of extra money or something. There's a gift from the universe saying, I want to help you step into this and start this. But it is crossed by the Ten of Wands, which is kind of like, well, there's something around you that feels heavy or feels burdensome. Maybe you've been working too hard. Maybe you're super tired. Maybe you feel like I just don't have time and effort and energy to put into that right now. Even though it feels like there are helpful resources around. Maybe someone's offered to clear their schedule to help you with something. Maybe there's a little bit of money coming in. Maybe suddenly your schedule is free and you've got a little bit of extra time. And somehow it's magically feels like the universe is kind of nudging you towards this, and there's a part of you kind of going, oh, but. In your conscious mind, you've got the Three of Swords. This is, something that is kind of wounding or hurting you at this moment in time. Perhaps you are feeling like just a bit hurt by something, or it's the Three of Swords is just, I feel like this is potentially what's blocking you from stepping into it. But it's also something that could be motivating you to kind of rise up from something that's really hurt you, or wounded you in life, or someone. So I do feel like this is something that perhaps with the Cup King Scorpio crown, it's an energy that you've held on to perhaps, and realizing it's time to let that go for whatever reason. At the base, you've got the Judgment energy, and this is rebirth energy. It's like you're getting very deep down some messages that it's time to step into something new. But the Judgment energy is just not such a simple process. It's not such a simple transition. It's a message of, but all these things from the past or things that you thought were dead and buried are coming up to be cleared. So it's like you need to clear some stuff out. Some stuff up and out before you need to move on. And so this can quite literally be that you just wake up one day and feel like you need to clean the house, or you need to clean your desk, or you need to throw out some clothes. Just be aware of where this feeling is. But this is happening deep down. It can feel like a deep stirring or a deep calling that's coming in. Definitely there's messages coming in from spirit, from above, that you're getting really clearly because you're so open at the moment. So the universe is like, great, now Taurus is open. I'm going to give them this message. And you kind of be like, I don't know if I'm ready, but I also see clearly that this is something that would be great for me and that I should really be doing. So it's this is where we're kind of getting a lot of conflict. But you've overcome a lot of stuff recently and in the past, especially in terms of things that just... Yeah, I mean, it's been a process that potentially has been uncomfortable. You've got Uranus in your sign that's been destabilizing things, and suddenly things that once felt good no longer feel good, or they're no longer resonating, or they're no longer feeling comfortable. And this doesn't necessarily mean you have to kind of... it's a sense of being able to overcome some of living with some uncomfortableness around things that no longer feel good, even though they did in the past. And this is a big question mark that Uranus is putting over it. Like, is it time to move on from something, or is it just questioning, like destabilizing something to test how strong it is, to test the boundaries, to test the waters? So this is going to be different for all of you, but the Five of Pentacles can be challenges around money as well, worries about money, worries about debt, worries about work. So it can be all these sort of things that are coming in, worries about feeling rejection. But I get this sense of resilience, like you've had to overcome a lot of stuff. And this is why the Three of Swords is in your conscious mind, because it's there. Like, that's the thing. It's showing you everything so clearly, and you can't avoid seeing that these are some of these things that have been coming up. But in the near future, I love this with the card of success, the Wand 6, Jupiter, Leo, and the opposite sign, Aquarius, the star card. This is bringing something beautiful back into alignment where it felt like it was just kind of off kilter for whatever reason. Something was off alignment. It's bringing it back in. But in particular, this Aquarius energy of feeling more hopeful for the future, of there's a little bit of beautiful healing that comes in with the star card as well, where it's a very successfully envisioning or focusing on your future. So this is a nice energy to come in with the star. It does feel like it comes with a little sparkle of healing, like I said. And this is where, like, with all of this energy, you can be feeling like the devil, like you can be feeling a little bit stuck, both stuck and ambitious at the same time. This is kind of, your fellow earth sign, Capricorn. So you can see with this kind of mixed bag of energies that you could be feeling both. You're seeing the possibilities in front of you, but also seeing the things that have held you back or could potentially be roadblocks. So this is why the energy around you is it might be good to just have a rest at some point. This is the card of just gaining perspective as well, like just going deep within, taking some time out to just think about some things as well, like connecting with the inner wisdom. You can be questioning some of the stories or some of the things you've believed. I really like the fact that this is the Three of Swords in your conscious mind. You're thinking about something that really hurt you, but there's the opportunity here. You can see the three swords have been put up on the wall there. Put them to the side to go deeper within in this kind of crypt-like space, this space of spirit. So this could be meditation, contemplation. But for the moment, you're finding stillness and peace by putting that to the side, those thoughts around the pain, and just actually connecting into a deeper wisdom, which is So yeah, it can mean a mindset shift. It can be finding some clarity deep within, and questioning some foundational thoughts that are around. So hopes and fears is King of Wands. I do feel like this is more of a hope, really, because this is like wanting to take action on this Ace of Wands that's coming in here. You're seeing very clearly something you want to be starting, wanting to be doing, wanting to be setting as a goal. And the King of Wands is the perfect energy to have to be able to activate that, to be able to wield that and yield it. So it's kind of like I want to get motivated. I want to get fiery. I want to know what I want to take action here on it. But there's all these kind of other interesting mixed bag of energies around. So this is why I love how the Empress is coming out, this conflict around stepping into abundance. This is kind of where, the Five of Wands is that there's conflicting motivations. But the Empress is coming in and saying, look, expect a great result. I'm promising some beautiful abundance. So, and there's just that this moon, like this potentially this full moon in Scorpio has revealed a lot of things that has uncovered some fears. So this is where it's like, well, who do you trust? Because Venus is your ruler and wants to bring in some good things in terms of money and love and just some of the nice finer things in life and just feeling kind of good about some of those things. So there's conflicts about stepping into abundance, which makes a lot of sense, but there's also the promise of abundance. So and we have as at the base the Ace of Wands. We kind of talked about this as that overall this is something that you are probably truly want, and so it's just a matter of sitting with it. I would say with the eclipse energy, sometimes this can activate, you can just sitting with like some of this energy, sitting with like potentially there's some uncomfortable energy around this, but some of it's really good energy as well. And just sitting with it and waiting for it to activate, like it can activate unpredictably in eclipses. So sometimes it can be a couple of weeks later. But I feel like this is more about your perception of where this is going rather than the actual doing of it. But this is where it's like, what's the point of having an idea or seeing something clearly if I'm not actually going to do it? So that's something that I think we're going to have to look at in the extended reading to see when that might activate or what sort of energies are around that activation period that's coming in or supporting it or hindering it or what sort of things are coming in. I just want to say quickly that the Five of Wands can also mean that you're testing yourself. It's testing the market. It could be a competitive arena that you're stepping into, and it's kind of like wanting to get better at something in order to feel this abundance or get this sense of abundance. So again, it's this ambition that's coming through, but there's conflict around it. So let's pull an affirmation card for you, Taurus. So this is a message from the universe. We've got a couple. Okay. My future is glorious. I now live in limitless love, light, and joy. All is well in my world. Beautiful. I'm willing to forgive. Forgiveness of myself and others releases me from the past. Forgiveness is the answer to almost every problem. Forgiveness is a gift to myself. I forgive and I set myself free. Okay, and last but not least, we've got the past is over. This is a new day, one that I have never lived before. I stay in the now and I enjoy each and every moment. And that's kind of interesting because it's showing you this kind of perspective, like what we were talking about at the beginning, going back 2 years and then seeing where you are now as opposed to 2 years ago, seeing that there is a sense that there's a cycle within that energy that is over and that you're stepping into something new. And it is asking you to be very, very present with that. And it's like a mindfulness that's coming through because mindfulness is about being present even when things are uncomfortable. So some uncomfortable truths or might be coming in around this, but it's also like you'd prefer to see it than not. This is a gift, this perception and this clarity that's coming through. And so we've got a beautiful little butterfly as your charm. So this means that something is transforming in your world, shifting and changing. It's something that's not your whole, like this is the thing, it's like it's quite focused actually what this is, but it's not something minor. It's something that can have a relatively medium kind of impact, but it's not your whole life, or it's not everything but it's like this is something significant. So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting for you, Taurus. So I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now. We're going to have a little look at what's coming in the near future with the Empress and the Star card. Promise of some future hope and some abundance that's coming in. What sort of energies are supporting the activation of this energy? So we're going to look at the near future, the future beyond. We're going to get any more messages that you need to hear about this and just explore it a little bit further and see what energies are around this. So that's all in the extended reading. I'd love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below, and I usually pin the link to the comments as well. If this is where we're leaving each other, Taurus, enjoy the rest of your birthday season. I hope that you feel very special on your birthdays. And please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Thank you.